Hi everyone, my name's Brooke and I have MSK. MSK stands for Medullary Sponge Kidney Disease, and it causes me to pass an abnormal amount, of kidney stones each year. Last year I topped 250 plus. I stopped counting after that. And it causes chronic pain from the kidney stones, as you can imagine. Doctors said it shouldn't cause the amount of pain that everybody with MSK suffers, because they say if you don't have a stone passing through your ureters or your urethra, that you should feel no pain. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I don't know why MSK patients have so much pain, but we do. Medullary sponge kidney is a birth defect that is where when your kidneys are forming, they form cysts inside. And as the cysts go away, you're left with these pockets, which is why it's a sponge in the title. As your kidney filters your urine, it collects minerals and calcification and hardens in the pockets where the cysts were, and creates a lot of kidney stones. My personal experience with MSK is I was diagnosed three years ago, the day after Christmas, after dealing with it for 2 years before that, because they couldn't figure out what was going on with me. I have a 4-year-old son who doesn't get the mother he deserves. Sorry, I didn't expect to cry because I talk about this a lot, but never really in depth. My husband doesn't have the wife he deserves. I can't do much. My husband has lost his job because of me. Having to go to the hospital because I'd been sick for many, many days and running fevers and urinating blood and a lot of pain, not able to keep any food down or water or anything. So he would have to rush home from work and get me to the hospital. I can't work because I can't stand up for long periods of time, and I'm really not qualified for much else than, customer service and stuff like that, and you have to stand up. So I'm currently applying for disability, which is very difficult to do for something like this because it's not really well known at all. And anyways, so my husband is here, and we are about to do the lemon challenge. I would like to tag a friend of mine also, Amanda Browning, to do the challenge too. So, honey, he's not happy about this. He has really bad heartburn, but he loves me. So, do you want to cut our lemon in half? Here's our lemon, whole lemon, real lemon. Now, the lemon challenge, we have to suck on it for 30 seconds. So my husband's going to, excuse me, my nose is running because I was crying. My husband is going to pull up his timer on his phone. And when he presses start, we will start. No, this is my husband. Isn't he handsome? trying to. We're going in circles. Okay. You have to look right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start. How long did you put it on for? Oh, Lord.
I counted it down from a minute. So
Oh, he put it at a minute, so it's like, say, like 34, 33. I was like...
You said 30 seconds, right?
Yes.
I went for 37 until you said put it down.
My husband's not very fond of talking on camera, so I'm not going to force him to. But I will ask him if he wants to maybe say something about how he feels about MSK or the treatment we get, things like that.
Okay. Very short.
Yeah, his name's Steven.
Hi, everybody. So far my experience from learning about this, I call it a disability. You know, if the process to even get it proven as a disability is so far out there because of the unknowns, and since it is so unknown, they tend just to push it away and act like it doesn't exist, even though it does. But just from the experience of it, you know, the amount of pain that everybody goes through that has this kidney disease, I witness it. You know, every one of their loved ones and close friends and even friends, whatever, even strangers will notice it. That, you know, it's extreme pain. The movement is very limited. I mean, granted, you could have good days to where you have perfect movement, and then some days in a row you won't have any movement at all, where you'll have to take a pain pill and basically just shut down.
And sometimes the pain pills don't even help.
And that is true as well. The pain pills because your body builds up an immunity to them. So, you know, if you have to take 2 or 3, maybe even 4 to try to mask that pain, then you have to. And obviously that starts becoming a problem because, you know, a doctor prescribes you so much for so many days to where, you know, if they say take 3 and you have to take, or 3 a day, pardon me, and you have to take 5 or 6 in that day, then obviously there's something wrong there to where something else has to be done. More research has to be found because, you know, it's just, for one, the human body isn't meant to take that much pain pills, to take that much synthetic, you know, pain medicine. So, you know, unfortunately, it goes on. You know, I'm not sure the exact number. I'm pretty sure it's probably in the hundreds of thousands, maybe even more people that have this, who have the diagnoses, and probably even more people beyond that have never been diagnosed because it's so unknown. You know, like, what if they're in another country where they don't even know what MSK is, and, you know, they're just left in the wind.
How does me having this disease affect you and our relationship? And
it's a challenge. I mean, definitely, you know, when a couple is married, obviously you're supposed to go through everything, you know, and face everything together. It's just a challenge, you know, like she was mentioning earlier. When it comes to the hospital visits, it could become quite taxing when it comes to driving because, you know, we've lived on a budget, and, you know, the gas alone, it starts dipping into your budget to where now you got to start moving stuff around again just to, you know, afford the gas for hospital visits. And, you know, fortunately that it must be done. Yes, it, you know, it's trying at times for both of us. You know, I try not to weigh it down on her. You know, I could get agitated by it, but it's not really focused on her. It's just focused on
the
fact,
disease,
you know, of the disease, to where, you know, the doctors need to find something, you know, to better counteract it than just, you know, synthetic drugs or opiates that say, hey, just keep on taking these, you're fine. And it needs to be more. I mean, we research everything in this country. We research everything in the world to where, unfortunately, they come up with better male enhancers, yet they can't come up with stuff about medical diagnoses that actually need to be looked at further.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's
not just financially though, but emotionally. How do you feel about it? Like,
well, emotionally, it comes taxing because if she's had a bad day, she tries not to take it on us. She doesn't necessarily focus it on us, but she could have a bad day to where, unfortunately, maybe now it's going to rub off on myself and our son,
well,
and where we're going to have a bad day.
Yeah, even like the simplest question, if I've been having like a bad day or a bad couple days, even the simplest question, I can snap, like just snap at him, which is unintentional. But when you go through weeks and weeks and weeks of pain and it just keeps building and getting worse, you don't know how to deal with it. Your body can't deal with it. Like he said, your body is not meant to deal with that amount of pain.
Which is true. I mean, the human body can withstand a lot amount of pain, a lot amount of anguish and sadness and all sorts of emotions, but only so much. You need a break. And, with this disease, obviously, there is no break until something is further done about it. And, we've read research about kidney transplants to where maybe that might fix it, but even some is more kind of split decisions from urologists and, general surgeries to where nephrologists to where some say, yeah, they'll solve it. You get a new kidney in there, no more kidney stones, nothing. Others say since it is a birth defect that the genes will still somehow transform that new kidney.
Which is ridiculous because it happens when your kidney is forming in utero. It's not something that, all of a sudden I'm going to develop this disease in a brand new kidney. Like that to me is, I think what they're saying is if you have it in both kidneys, if they take out the worst one, the other one will start getting really bad. That's what I think.
The reason why they draw that conclusion because of a lot of heart doctors have found it where heart transplants in someone that has a genetic disease that causes their hearts for their valves to leak, somehow that heart still gets that genetic marker in it, or not marker, genetic defect, I guess you'd say. So that's why they draw up to that conclusion even for kidneys, to where,
hey, Dominic,
so far that's their only solve.
Dominic, do you want to come do the lemon challenge real quick? Okay, my son wants to do the lemon challenge. All right, come on, let's do the lemon challenge. You ready? You got to suck on it. Oh, no, lick it. Okay, now he doesn't want to do it. Well, that's my story on this horrible, horrible disease, and my contribution to bring awareness with the lemon challenge. I hope it's informative for everyone, and I love all my spongy family. Sorry I cried. Gonna cry again. I love you all. Bye.